Graduate Management Admission Council, or GMAT, is an association of well-recognized business schools across the globe. But why are we talking about GMAT? That is because GMAT conducts one of the most popular, well-recognized and widely accepted graduate management admission test, or GMAT. Now, as already mentioned, that GMAT is one of the most popular, well-recognized and accepted management test, which is accepted across 7,700 programs across the globe. It is accepted across 2,400 universities and institutes in more than 114 countries. But why are we talking about a graduate management test on a channel which is dedicated to PhD? That is because that many universities who are offering a PhD program in management would require you to give some kind of eligibility exam or a standardized test, and GMAT is often one of those standardized tests which is widely accepted by universities and institutes offering a PhD program in management. In fact, most of the top ranking universities across the globe, including in India, do require the GMAT score or give you GMAT as one of the tests to be given. Therefore, if you are also keen on applying into one of the top ranking institutes for your PhD in management, then do learn about this test. Stay tuned with me in this video, your one and only PhD mentor, Dr. Ritika Gaba. In this video, we are going to discuss in detail all important aspects of this test. You know, what is tested, how can you register, how does GMAT scoring work, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned with me. So let me start with giving you an overview of this test, and let me discuss certain important characteristics of GMAT. So the first and the foremost characteristic of GMAT is that GMAT is a test which is consistent across countries. What do we mean by this? That there are 114 countries, as I've already told you, where GMAT is accepted, and it is conducted in most of these countries. But from whichever country you give this test, the rigor of the test and the skills and the paper style would just be the same. So no matter from where you give, it will be consistent across countries. But what are the skills which GMAT exactly tests across these countries? So there are 4 skills which GMAT is testing you on. The first is verbal reasoning, second is quantitative reasoning, third is integrated reasoning, and the fourth is analytical writing. So the total time to finish these 4 sections in a GMAT test is 3 hours 7 minutes. These 3 hours 7 minutes are divided amongst these 4 sections as per the number of questions. So if you would see on the screen, there is a table which has been taken from the official website of GMAT itself. Now the first section which you can see is the quantitative reasoning section, in which you will be given a total of 62 minutes to complete 31 questions. In verbal reasoning, you would be given 36 questions which have to be completed in 65 minutes, whereas in integrated reasoning you will have 12 questions which need to be completed in 30 minutes, and in analytical writing again you would be given 30 minutes and you have to attempt 1 essay type question in this section. So a very important characteristics of GMAT is that GMAT is a computer adaptive test. What do we mean by that? It means that as you attempt a question, the computer is going to analyze your ability and accordingly give you the next question. So So it is possible that the next question that comes might be easier than the previous question if they felt, or if the computer felt that the first question you were finding it difficult or your answer was wrong, or it could be a more difficult question. Now this is precisely the reason that no two people can get a same paper in GMAT. Okay, from here we move on to the next important part or next important characteristic of GMAT, where we discuss how is the scoring of GMAT done. So the score of GMAT can vary between 200 to 800, and as soon as you submit your GMAT paper, you can see your unofficial score, which I said would vary between 200 to 800. However, the official scorecard of GMAT will come to you in around 7 to 20 business days. The official scorecard of GMAT will look something like this, as you can see on the screen. Again, this is also taken from the official website of GMAT itself. On the screen, you can see a sample of a GMAT scorecard. So similar to this, you will be also getting your score, and depending on your score, you can see the percentile you stand for. For example, if you have a score of 800, that means you have a percentile of 99, which means you are amongst the top 1% of the students who've given GMAT in the last 3 years. Why did I say last 3 years? Because these percentiles are calculated by the GMAT annually based on their last 3 years GMAT examination score of all their students. So this is how you will know whether you've fared well in your GMAT exam or not. So the percentile or your score closer to 800, better your performance would be considered. Okay, now a next important thing is how and when can you appear for the GMAT examination. So unlike all the other Indian examinations, which generally happen once a year, twice a year on fixed date, GMAT exam can be given any time of the year. So GMAT exam is actually conducted 7 days a week, and you can register for this exam from the GMAT's official website 6 months in advance. Here are the 3 simple steps to register for this examination. First, you decide what experience do you want, or in other words, do you want to give GMAT from home or online as they call it, or you want to go and to the test center and give it. So you have to take this call in advance. As obvious, if you are giving it from home, then you will require certain standardized equipment, certain requirements would be there. If you can fulfill those requirements, then you can also give it at home. But also remember, there are many institutes, especially in India, who do not accept the GMAT home test. So be careful before attempting for this option. It is quite possible that your university does not accept the home test score. Okay, so once you've decided your experience, then the next would be to choose the test center, and once you've chosen your test center, you can simply register. On the screen below, I've given you the link directly to register for GMAT. If you do want, you can click on this link, you can take this link and register for GMAT. If there are any other questions related to GMAT, then please feel free to ask me. The GMAT score is valid for 5 years. So even after 1 or 2 years you want to apply for a PhD program, you can still think of giving this exam now. There are certain other important links related to GMAT which I have given in the description of this video. You can have a look at those links as well. Thank you so much for watching my video. If there are any questions related to GRE or GMAT and international PhD as well, please put them in the comment section below. I would love to answer each one of them. Thank you so much for watching my video. This is your one and only PhD mentor, advisor and trainer. And in case you are looking for a PhD guide, somebody who can mentor you in your PhD journey, if you are looking for that one-to-one mentoring guidance, then you can get in touch with me on the number given below. Bye.